Will Dupree back in the KXAN live studio. We go now to Travis Early College High School, where the Austin ISD interim superintendent is talking about voters approving 3 large bond proposals. Let's listen in now to that beginning.
Largest school bond package ever approved in Central Texas. We are incredibly grateful to the people of Austin for funding the much-needed investment in our schools. This $2.44 billion will enable the district to provide the security, facilities, and modern technology that all of our students and teachers deserve. The projects funded with these bond dollars will save the district millions of dollars in a year of maintenance and utility costs for long-term money that can be used to meet other critical needs, such as increasing teacher salaries. Clap here. So now that props A, B, and C have passed, it is time to get to work. So I'd like to talk for a minute about what you can expect specifically regarding the timeline. Safety first. We expect to begin the district-wide upgrades to safety security this summer. This will include the design of secure entry vestibules and the installation of security fencing and new locks. By the time students return to school in August 2024, they should be returning to schools that are even safer. Roofing repairs also will get started next summer. Our students and teachers deserve so much more than learning and working in classroom with leaks. We want our teachers focused on teaks, not leaks. That should be it. There you go. Within the next few weeks, we will begin forming campus architectural teams, or CATs, at the 25 schools scheduled for modernizations, including this school right here, Travis Early College High School. I was like, if nobody else should clap, the principal should clap. As well as the campuses with large renovations, such as the open concept schools. A CAT is made up of principals, staff, teachers, students, parents, community members, architects, and general contractors and district officials. These CATs will provide critical input on planning, designing, and implementing each project. The first school modernization and open concept school modifications are scheduled to begin next fall, with the first projects completed in the second half of 2024. We anticipate that we will complete the vast majority of all of the projects, including the 2022 bond, in the next 5 years, with all projects delivered within 6 years. On a personal note, that makes me very excited about the future of Austin ISD. A win for me was never the election. Again, I'm happy to see and cannot wait to see our students enjoying the new schools. That moment will be here before you know it, because we have our expert, Matias Seguro, back here that will make sure that that happens fast. And so he'll be here to answer any of the questions about operations and the implementation of the bond package. But again, we got a great team here that's going to do some great work and create some wonderful opportunities for our students in the near future. So again, I want to get his team, as well as all those folks that aren't on camera, that have been out in this community informing about the bond, another round of applause, because it wouldn't have happened without you all. And so now I'll turn it to our fearless leader, President of our board, Geronimo Rodriguez.
Thank you, Dr. Mays. Today is a day to celebrate, and it's a day to roll up our sleeves and do more work. I want to thank everybody today, including my board colleagues who are here today, and most importantly, I want to thank the Austin voters for supporting our AISD mission to prepare every student with the knowledge and skills to thrive in college, career, and life. And it's worth noting, and for passing the largest bond package in the history of Central Texas. We appreciate the trust that the community has again placed in us to invest in our students' future and build the facilities that we know students, teachers, and staff deserve. In 2017, the community gave us a big vote of confidence by approving what was then the largest package in the district's history. And in 2022, the board passed a balanced budget. And I'm happy to report that confidence was well placed, as we have now delivered almost all of those projects on time and on budget, despite unprecedented disruptions in the construction industry in the last few years. In fact, 90% of the 2017 bond package has been completed because of the work of the staff that's here behind us, and as Dr. May said, as well out in the audience as well. Thank you all very much. Through our work on the 2017 bond, we've gained valuable experience and put many systems in place that will enable us to hit the ground running on the 2022 projects. As we've done in previous bond programs, we'll continue to act with transparency and provide regular updates on our progress as we move forward. And so when I and my colleagues on the board unanimously approved the 2022 bond package, it was because we knew these repairs were necessary to improve the student learning environment and advance equity within the district. And I want to take a moment to recognize our long-range planning and bond steering committees for their hard work putting together this historic bond. And if you're a member of the BSC or LPC, please stand or wave so that we can recognize you. And I see a few others. Thank you. Thank you. Using the equity by design model, they put together a bond package that invests more in historically underserved communities than any other Austin ISD bond package before. In fact, over a majority of the bond funds will go to Title I schools. I also want to recognize the staff who put so much time and effort into educating the community around the bond. And we would not be standing here today without you. And I want to recognize two in particular, Gloria Vera Bedoya. You need to turn you need to turn it back on you. And then the other person I want to recognize is Ed Ramos, who will probably either do one of two things. He will either tattoo the following phrase or retire the following phrase, because I don't know how many times I asked him, Ed, can we do a little bit better? Can we do a little bit better? Ed? Thank you. With that, I'd like to turn it over to Principal Posadas, who has the exciting job of leading the CAT for the largest project in the 2022 bond package of $252 million. Principal Posadas, it's not the mega lottery, but I think you've won big today, so I want to ask you to come up.
So this is the mega lottery for Travis. So I want to start off by just saying how incredibly exciting of a day this is for the Travis community. Thank you, President Rodriguez. We are incredibly excited for the modernization of our campus. Amazing things happen within the walls of this almost 70-year-old building. And that's thanks to the amazing teachers and staff that we have here that go above and beyond to give our students what they need in order to be successful every day. But our teachers and students do deserve better. Schools should be inspiring learning environments for our students, and our teachers deserve classrooms that are as great as they are. And so too often, outdated facilities create challenges and distractions for our teachers. And here at Travis, we have perfected the skill of doing more with less. But I'm happy to say and super excited to say that finally our teachers and students will get more, or at least the same resources that other districts benefit from every day. With the money from the 2022 bond, our students and teachers will get a campus that they're proud of, a brand new school designed to inspire learning and prepare our students for the future. It won't happen overnight, but the new high school, because it takes time to build a new high school, but the goal is to deliver a new school before our next year's freshmen graduate. The students in this building today may not benefit from attending classes in that new school, but they still benefit from last night's vote. Like we like to say here, once a rebel, always a rebel, and they'll always be a part of this Travis community. The community's decision to approve funding for our new school sends a powerful message to our students in the building, and that is that you are worth investing in and you deserve good things. So now I'd like to hand this over to one of those wonderful teachers that I was just talking about, our life skills teacher and cheerleading coach, Ms. Lisa Gutierrez.
Good morning. Thank you, Principal Posadas. What a great day to be a Travis Rebel. I am so honored to be up here today representing the Travis Early College High School teachers. I'm a Travis Rebel through and through. A Travis Rebel myself. I graduated in the 90s. I have taught here and worked here for a total of about 10 years. I plan to retire from Travis because I'm committed to the school and I know how special our community is. I'm so grateful that the Austin voters have recognized this, as well as looking forward to designing the school our students deserve. As a life skills teacher, I'm proud of the inclusive community we've built here at Travis, where no students are made to feel invisible. For example, did you know that Travis is the only AISD school that has a unified cheer program through Special Olympics, in which differently able cheerleaders and their typical cheerleaders cheer together to cheer on the Rebels everywhere we go. The teachers and staff do all we can to meet every student where they are, give them what they need to succeed, and encourage them to fully participate in our school community. But too often, our facility gets in the way. Opened in 1953, Travis Early College High School was designed for a time when life skills classes weren't prioritized, and ADA standards were decades away from even being conceived. Add to this the chronic maintenance programs that inevitably come with an old building, and day-to-day teaching and learning becomes more difficult than they need to be. For example, in my classroom, my washing machine works, but my dryer doesn't. So if we wash clothes, we're teaching the kids life skills. We have to wash the clothes and then walk them out to the portable to dry them, which is time consuming. Some of our kids are mobility disabled, so it's hard. But it's an important life skill, but the extra time takes away from other lessons. We make it work here at Travis through teamwork, creative problem solving, and flexibility. I believe our students feel welcome and are happy to come to school, but we know they deserve more. I'm looking forward to a campus that is designed to meet current ADA standards and the needs of not only my students, but all of our students. And I'm looking forward to a building that our students and staff are proud of, a building that helps, not hinders, our work preparing all of our kids for success. Thank you to the Austin voters, and go Rebels. I'll turn it back over to Dr. Mays.
So you come to a press conference and you get a dryer, because you're not going to wait. We're not going to wait for the bond to pass to get a dryer. And so I'll double down on what Principal Posada said as we close. Yeah, what else do you do? But I'll double down on what Principal Posada said. You know, what our community said to us loud and clear is that, you know, we love our kids, we love our teachers, we support our kids, we support our teachers, and we love public education. And so thank you again to our community for your vote. I don't want to close without acknowledging Dr. Holly, who's over there hiding in the background, who's coaching all of the systems on how to build more equitable processes, and say thank you to you and your team for your guidance and leadership. And so with that, we'll open it up for questions for Mr. Matias, because I know you got a bunch of them. All right. Questions?
Teacher retention. I know we talked about this last night, but
Yes, sir.
just kind of hit on that once again.
Yeah, I think that, you know, what we talked about last night was, you know, none of our teachers want to come to a hot building. You know, none of our teachers want to come to a building where the water doesn't work or where your dryer isn't working and you're trying to teach students life skills. And so when we think about all of those issues, yeah, it can be real easy to run to a building that's air conditioned or that has adequate facilities and resources for you to actually meet the needs of the students. And so the bond means that we'll get to address a lot of those needs for our students and our teachers, and again, keep those students and teachers in our building. So.
And will
told you had questions for Matthias. But in short, yes, but
Yeah, so Matthias Segura, Chief Operations. Absolutely. We are prioritizing, the schools that are Title I are the ones that serve historically underserved student groups. But safety is always a priority, right? So safety, wherever that issue comes up, we're going to be tackling those as early as summer 2023. So we're moving very aggressively. Again, the size of the project, the complexity of the project will also weigh in regarding schedule. But absolutely, we are prioritizing those schools.
When will we see increases to teacher salaries as a direct result of this bond package, and what is that going to look like?
so now we call Mr. Ramos.
So as far as teacher salaries and the impact that this bond package will have to those salaries, that's probably 2 years away. However, we do know that one of our priorities in this district will be to look at not only our classified employee salaries or hourly pay, but also our teachers. Our teachers are our priority, and so we want to make sure that we give them a living wage, and so that is going to be one of the focuses that we have with this next year's budget.
Maybe getting the 2 years away, can you just talk a little bit more about the process getting there and what it's going to look like?
As far as the wages?
Yeah.
So as far as the overall budget, we go through a process that lasts about 8 months. And through that process, we engage with committees throughout the district, community members, our board. And the reason for that is we want to prioritize our limited operating dollars. And so when we go through that process, we really are transparent. We engage our community to receive feedback and really hone in on what are our priorities as a district. Again, we know that one of those priorities is going to be teacher salaries, and so we are going to hit the ground running with this budget to make sure that we take care of our teachers next year.
He said one of the priorities, it is the #1 priority, is raising teacher wages. And go ahead, what was that question again?
Just can you talk about savings? I know we're spending about $12 million in there.
Yeah.
And other costs. I know the bond doesn't directly go towards teacher pay, but
Right. And so, like you just talked about, and I'll start and Ed can finish, but, again, that's $12 million that we were spending on repairs, and like we said, as our facilities get older, we spend more money on maintaining them. And so, again, $12 million there, 1.7 in chillers, if we had chillers in this space here, you would probably still be hot. You'd still be sweating. And so those savings, again, that we'll realize with the bond dollars that stay right here in the district, we'll be able to move those dollars over to a place where they can support, again, wages as well as programming for students. And so I'll stop there if Ed wanted to add anything else. Good.
I would just add that in addition to the lower repair costs and rentals that we spend on HVAC units, we will also achieve efficiencies with utilities as we improve and modernize our facilities. And so the goal is to, again, use those savings and prioritize those for teacher salaries.
will we see these chillers next year? I mean, just kind of phased out slowly? I mean, will they still be hot classes?
So, not everything happens overnight. We go through a process that includes designing with our community. So the goal is to tackle those, get those off the books as quickly as possible, but it will take some time. For us, the high priority projects are those that are within, underserved communities and underserved student groups. But for us, the ones that are very costly, those chillers that we're spending $10,000 a month on, those got to go very quickly as well. So you'll see us strategize. All these projects will be laid out in sequence, and so we definitely have a methodology and approach to make sure that we're efficient, but at the same time, we're having as much of an impact as quickly as possible because we do want to make those dollars available as quickly as possible.
How will parents and teachers be, aware of these new modernizations that come in their schools? Is there going to be newsletters?
Absolutely. Yeah, so thank you for that question. We definitely believe that the design process is a community-driven process. So you heard, I believe, Dr. Mays talk earlier about the CATs, and we are about to unleash a lot of CATs, campus architectural teams. And the goal with these CATs is to work and inform the design process. So they'll help us understand where to engage in the community. They'll help us understand which groups we need to receive input from to ensure the design actually is tailored to the community that the school will reside in. And so it is a very collaborative process. Along the way, we'll be updating our Community Bond Oversight Committee. There'll be public meetings, and the CAT, again, will be meeting pretty much every 2 weeks for the next 12 18 months or so. So information will be going out very, 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 very often. Thank you.
We want to under-promise and over-deliver. One thing that I can assure you is that Mr. Segura and his team are highly efficient and effective at what they do. And so the quicker we can make adjustments and again, provide comfortable conditions for teachers and students, we'll be working on making sure that that happens swiftly. Any other questions? Oh, go ahead.
Just one thought about it from a board perspective. It is not a small feat to have a board that has been focused on a balanced budget. It is not a small feat for the administration to have 90% of the 2017 bond package complete. That gives you the opportunity to also look at the budget process, which Ed mentioned, and the board has asked for a review of special education, mental health, bilingual education to ensure that those dollars are used efficiently, and hopefully there'll be savings from that as well. This is a large, complex organization, and we're going to find different savings from different places to ensure that we prioritize our people, because our people are what are going to drive the academic achievement and equity of this district.
Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you all for coming out. That concludes our press conference. And again, thank you to our community for the support.
Will Dupree back in the KXAN live studio as we heard there from the Austin ISD's interim superintendent, Dr. Anthony Mays, Geronimo Rodriguez, the school board president, and a few others with the district, talking about what is going to come next after 3 bonds approved overwhelmingly last night because of voters out there in the district's boundaries. What we do know is that these 3 bonds total more than $2.4 billion. Proposition A, which you can see the results there at the top in very small print, includes $2.3 billion in particular. This is going to fund 25 partial and full campus modernizations, including at Travis Early College High School, which this news conference just took place at a few moments ago. It's also going to pay for security improvements and facility renovations within the district. What the superintendent is saying is that those security improvements, which will include adding secure entrance vestibules, lock improvements, as well as security systems, will begin as early as next summer. Proposition B, which you see there in the middle of your screen, is $75.5 million. This is going to fund technology improvements, including providing student and staff laptops, learning displays, and IT security. And finally, the closest vote last night was on Austin ISD Proposition C. However, it has passed, and it's totaling $47.4 million. This is going to pay for upgrades to a number of athletic facilities, including Nelson Field and Berger Athletic Complex. More information about the results is available on our website right now, kxan.com. Our Nabil Ramadna, our education reporter here at KXAN, is covering this bond vote and the implications of it, so you can tune into his story tonight on KXAN News. We do appreciate you joining us, though, this morning. I'm Will Dupree, again in the KXAN live studio. We'll see you back here at another time. Hope you all stay safe and healthy out there. Enjoy your Wednesday. Take care.